Jalen Brunson casually limping out of the locker room to drop 30 points and steal Game 1 of the 2026 NBA Finals is proof that the basketball gods have a deeply twisted sense of humor.
Throw in Victor Wembanyama shooting a catastrophic 6 for 21 in his finals debut, and you have a vintage San Antonio Spurs versus New York Knicks slugfest.
The fact that this is a direct rematch of the 1999 finals is pure poetry. 27 years later, different rosters, same agonizing tension.
The Knicks stealing this 105-95 victory on the road at the Frost Bank Center sets an incredibly chaotic tone for the rest of the series.
Let us dive into the first quarter because it looked like San Antonio was going to run away with this series before the ink on the television schedule dried. The Spurs came out firing, and the Knicks started a brutal 3 for 11 from beyond the arc with 4 quick turnovers.
San Antonio was not shooting the lights out, just a modest 37%, but they suffocated New York on defense. Dylan Harper dropped 10 quick points, and they ended the first quarter up 27-19.
The real storyline of that opening frame was Brunson. He went down clutching his right knee, and the entire state of New York collectively stopped breathing.
He vanished into the locker room for evaluation. You could feel the air leave the building. It felt like the series was over before the second quarter started.
Then he pulled a modern-day Willis Reed and came back to the bench. Moving into the second quarter, Julian Champagnie turned into prime Ray Allen for about 12 minutes. He dropped 15 points in the first half alone.
Meanwhile, Victor Wembanyama was pressing. He challenged Karl Anthony Towns at the rim, got whistled for a foul, and Mitch Johnson immediately challenged the call.
The Spurs won the challenge, flipping it to an offensive foul on Towns. That sequence felt like a massive momentum shift.
Towns quietly kept the Knicks alive through all of this. He put up 18 points and 12 rebounds on 7 of 15 shooting. When your star point guard is getting his knee examined, having a 7-footer stabilizing the offense is a lifesaver.
The Spurs went into the locker room feeling good, but the glaring lowlight of the half was their perimeter shooting. They ended the game shooting a miserable 25.6% from 3.
The third quarter is where the mud wrestling started. Both teams dug their heels in. Stephen Castle provided a solid spark for San Antonio, eventually finishing with 17 points on 7 of 16 shooting.
Dylan Harper added 16 off the bench for the Spurs, but the Knicks defense clamped down violently on Champagnie. He scored exactly 1 point in the second half.
The Spurs offense simply stalled. Wembanyama wanted to put the team on his back, but he looked like a 22-year-old playing in his first finals.
He finished with 26 points and 12 rebounds, which sounds incredible on a stat sheet. Watching the game, those 6 made field goals on 21 attempts felt incredibly forced.
That brings us to the fourth quarter. The game was tied midway through the final frame. The pressure inside that arena was immense.
Wembanyama tried to hit these heavily guarded hero shots. It is the classic trap for a young superstar trying to force a legacy moment instead of trusting the offensive system.
On the other end, Jalen Brunson put on a surgical clinic. Bad knee and all, he scored 13 of his 30 points in the fourth quarter alone.
He dismantled the San Antonio defense possession by possession. OG Anunoby chipped in a crucial 17 points, hitting 3 of his 6 attempts from deep.
The Knicks pulled away, securing that 105-95 win. That makes 12 straight wins for New York dating back to the regular season.
Looking ahead to Game 2 on Friday night, the Spurs must fix their three-point shooting. Shooting 36% overall is a mathematical recipe for a sweep.
Wembanyama needs to trust his teammates down the stretch. Playing hero ball against a Tom Thibodeau defense is a guaranteed losing proposition.
The Knicks simply need Brunson's knee to hold up. If he remains healthy, New York has stolen home court advantage and all the momentum.
The Spurs have to recalibrate their entire offensive flow if they want to avoid going down 2-0 before heading to Madison Square Garden.
Send this breakdown to every Spurs fan who needs a shoulder to cry on before Game 2.